Houston is a massive, massive city. There are so many suburbs, so many neighborhoods, and so many different places that you could potentially call home. And that's exactly why so many relocation buyers get overwhelmed. Because moving to Houston isn't just about finding a house, it's about finding the right area. What's important to you? Your budget, your commute, schools, property taxes. Do you want a master plan community with all of the amenities? Do you want to be closer to downtown? Do you want land and space? Or do you want a luxury neighborhood close to the medical center? So today I'm going to be breaking down some of the most popular Houston neighborhoods and suburbs and rank them from E tier all the way to A tier. Now, before everybody jumps into the comments today, remember, this is based on my experience helping relocation buyers move to Houston every single day. Some of these rankings may surprise you, and a few of them are probably going to make some people mad. By the way, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything that there is to know about living here in Houston, Texas, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you'll be the first one to learn about living here in Houston. My name is Travis Harris, and my team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move here to Houston, and we just absolutely love it. So look, whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Houston. After helping hundreds of families relocate here, I've learned a lot about the different areas, the schools, the commute times, the property taxes, the amenities, and the pros and cons of each area. So let's jump right into it, starting with E tier. Before we get started today, some of you are going to be upset by this list. In fact, there are probably people watching right now who live in these neighborhoods. But remember, I'm not ranking where people currently live. I'm ranking where relocation buyers choose to live when they can move anywhere in Houston. And when buyers compare schools, resale value, amenities, future growth, and overall desirability, these neighborhoods consistently rank near the bottom of their list. Now, that doesn't mean that they're bad. It simply means that when buyers have options, these areas are often passed over in favor of other parts of Houston. So let's get into it. Kicking off our E tier rankings, first up is Aldine. Aldine has some of the most affordable housing in Houston. You'll find homes here that are significantly less expensive than what you'll find in places like Katy, Cypress, or Sugar Land. But for many buyers, affordability isn't the only factor they're considering. School ratings tend to be lower here, crime concerns tend to be higher, and most relocation buyers looking for highly rated schools in newer communities usually end up looking elsewhere. The second area is going to be Greenspoint. Now, if you've lived in Houston for any length of time, you've probably heard some of the nicknames associated with this area. Now, Greenspoint has a great location. You're close to Bush Airport, you're close to major freeways, you're close to employment centers, but it has struggled for years with crime perception and lacks many of the amenities buyers relocating out of the state are typically looking for. Next up, Sunnyside. Sunnyside is located south of downtown Houston. The location itself is actually pretty good. You're close to downtown, you're close to the medical center, you're close to major employment centers, but crime concerns and slower redevelopment compared to areas like East Downtown and the East End and parts of Third Ward keep it lower on the list for many buyers. Next is Acres Homes. Acres Homes is one of Houston's most historic communities. There is redevelopment happening. There are people investing money actually into this area. The challenge is that the experience can vary dramatically from one street to the next. The infrastructure, schools, and overall consistency can vary significantly depending on where you are. And finally, Sharpstown and Gulfton, one of the most diverse parts of Houston. Amazing international restaurants, great cultural diversity, convenient location, but density, traffic, older housing stock, and quality of life concerns in certain sections often cause relocation buyers to look elsewhere. Now we're moving into D tier. These are areas that have potential. In fact, some of them may eventually move much higher on this list, but today they still come with many trade-offs that many relocation buyers are not willing to make. First up is Waller. And if you've been paying attention to Houston growth, you know that Waller is exploding. You've got communities like Jubilee coming into the area, bringing thousands of new homes. You can still find new construction here at much lower prices than many other Houston suburbs. The challenge is that a lot of the growth is happening faster than the infrastructure. Retail is still catching up, restaurants are still catching up, roads are still catching up. A lot of what buyers want is coming, but it hasn't fully been built out yet. Next up is Baytown. Now, Baytown has a strong industry, strong employment, affordable housing, and great access to the petrochemical industry. But many relocation buyers are looking for highly rated schools, master plan communities, and a lifestyle that feels more suburban than industrial. That's where Baytown tends to lose some buyers. Then we have Crosby. Crosby offers larger lots, more space, more affordabilities, but schools can be a hit or miss depending on where you're looking. Amenities are more limited, and commute times into major Houston job centers can become a challenge. These areas all have upside, but for most relocation buyers, they tend to land somewhere in the D tier category. Now, real quick, this is exactly why I make these videos, because when people move to Houston, most of their attention goes towards the house. But the house is only part of the equation. Most agents can show you a house. What they don't always talk about is the commute, the schools, the property taxes, future development, resale value, and what it's actually like living in that area day after day. Those are the things that can have the biggest impact on your quality of life. And that's exactly why my team and I spend so much time helping relocation buyers understand Houston before they ever make a move. Now let's get back to the rankings, because now we're going to be moving into C tier. Now we're moving into C tier, and this may be the tier people disagree with the most, because these are all areas that I recommend. The challenge is that they usually require buyers to make trade-offs, whether that's commute times, distance from major job centers, or convenience. For some buyers, that's not a big deal at all. Now, but for others, it's definitely a deal breaker. First up, Conroe. Conroe has absolutely exploded over the last decade. A lot of buyers start their search in the Woodlands. Then they see what their budget actually buys, and suddenly they're looking a few miles north in Conroe. Communities like Grand Central Park, Artavia, Evergreen, and the Woodlands Hills continue attracting buyers looking for newer homes and more space. The challenge is going to be the commute. If you're driving downtown every day, Interstate 45 can test your patience very quickly. If you work remotely, Conroe can be one of the best values in the Houston area. The next area is going to be Montgomery. Montgomery offers something many Houston suburbs simply can't match: space, acreage, lake living, and in some areas, lower property tax rates. Now, the challenge about being out here, a lot of people tell me that they want acreage until they realize they're driving 20 minutes to get some groceries, or 45 minutes to dinner, or an hour to get to work. It's a beautiful area, but you need to make sure that the lifestyle fits what you're looking for. Next up is going to be Magnolia. Magnolia has become incredibly popular over the last several years. You've got communities like Audubon, Escondido, High Meadow Ranch, and Cruston helping reshape the area. Many buyers love Magnolia because it feels different than traditional Houston suburbia. More trees, more space, more character. But let's be honest, if you've ever driven 1488 during rush hour, you already know why Magnolia isn't ranked higher. For some buyers, that's worth it. For others, it's a deal breaker. The final area in C tier is going to be Third Ward, and this one will probably get some attention in the comments, because some people think that Third Ward is one of the Houston's best investment opportunities. Others wouldn't even consider living there. The location is incredible. You're minutes from downtown, minutes from the medical center, minutes from the University of Houston. The challenge is consistency. One block can look completely different than the next. And that's what makes many relocation buyers nervous. Now, personally, this is the area on this list that I could most easily see moving up in the future, but today it's still C tier. Now, if you thought that those areas were good, wait until we get into B tier. Now we're moving into B tier, These are areas I recommend all the time. In fact, for many buyers, these communities may actually be the sweet spot in all of Houston. You're getting strong schools, strong resale value, excellent amenities, master plan communities, and a great quality of life. The only reason these areas aren't A tier is because a few communities offer a little bit more prestige, a little bit more demand, or a little better location. And honestly, there are probably people watching right now who think some of these belong in A tier. The first one is going to be Richmond. Richmond has quietly become one of the strongest relocation destinations in Fort Bend County. Communities like Harvest Green, Aliana, Candela, and Veranda continue attracting buyers looking for newer homes, strong schools, and master plan amenities. A lot of buyers start their search in Sugar Land, then compare prices, and realize they can often get more house for the money in Richmond. The trade-off here is going to be, depending on where you're located, you can still be a pretty good distance from downtown Houston. Next up is going to be Pearland. Pearland has long been one of Houston's most popular suburbs, especially for buyers working in the Texas Medical Center. You have strong schools, established neighborhoods, shopping, restaurants, and one of the better locations in the Houston area. For many medical center buyers, Pearland simply makes more sense than some of Houston's northern suburbs. The challenge? Anybody who's driven 288 during rush hour already knows. Some days it's fantastic, other days, not so much. But one of Pearland's biggest advantages is going to be the maturity. The infrastructure is already there, the shopping is already there, the restaurants are already there, and buyers don't have to wait years for everything around them to catch up. Then we have Manvel in Iowa Colony. This area has absolutely exploded. Communities like Meridiana and Pomona continue attracting buyers because of their location and future growth potential. The medical center access is a huge advantage, and many buyers believe this area is just getting started. In fact, this may be one of the most underrated growth corridors in all of Houston. The reason I didn't move Manvel and Iowa Colony into the A tier is because a lot of what makes this area so attractive is still being built. The future looks incredibly bright, but compared to Katy, Cypress, Sugar Land, and the Woodlands, it's still a little earlier in its growth cycle. Now, if you thought that those areas are good, wait until we get into A tier. Now we finally made it to A tier. These are what I consider the best of the best. The areas that are constantly attract relocation buyers, the areas that hold value extremely well, and the areas people move to and rarely want to leave. Now, before we get started, I already know some people are going to disagree with the order, and honestly, there's a strong argument for several of these communities being number one. But when you combine schools, amenities, resale value, future growth, lifestyle, location, and overall demand, these are the communities that rise to the top. First up is going to be Cypress. Now, if truth be told, some people may argue that Cypress should be at the very top of this list. Zip code 77433 has been one of the fastest growing zip codes in America. And when you look at what's happening, it makes perfect sense. You've got Bridgeland, Towne Lake, Dunham Point, Cypress Creek Lakes, Fairfield. You have incredible schools, master plan communities, massive commercial development, and continued growth. Now, one thing I hear all the time from relocation buyers is that Cypress feels like it has a little bit of everything. You can find homes in the 300,000s, or you can find luxury homes well over $2 million. You have lakes, parks, trails, golf, shopping, and highly rated schools. The biggest challenge here, depending on where you're commuting, 290 can test your patience. But for many buyers, the schools and lifestyle make it worth it. Next up is going to be Katy and Fulshear. This is one of the hottest relocation destinations in Texas. And honestly, if I had to pick one area that receives the most relocation inquiries every year, it's probably Katy. Communities like Cinco Ranch, Seven Meadows, Grand Lakes, Ellison, Cane Island, Cross Creek Ranch, Jordan Ranch, Cross Creek West, Fulshear Creek. These communities continue attracting buyers because of the schools, amenities, and overall lifestyle. Katy ISD remains one of the most recognized school districts in Texas. The master plan communities are exceptional here, and there are very few places in Houston where you can find this many highly desirable neighborhoods concentrated in one area. Fulshear has added another level to that growth story because buyers are looking for larger lots, newer homes, and a little more space continue moving further west. The biggest challenge here is going to be the commute times. Depending on where you work, it can become significant, but demand remains incredibly strong. Next up is Sugar Land. Sugar Land has been one of Houston's premier suburbs for decades. Communities like Riverstone, Telfair, Sweetwater, Greatwood, and New Territory continue attracting buyers. The schools are excellent, the location is excellent, the overall quality of life is excellent, but what separates Sugar Land from many newer suburbs is maturity. The restaurants are already there, the retail is already there, the hospitals are already there, the infrastructure is already there. You don't have to wait 10 years for everything around you to catch up. And that's a major reason Sugar Land remains one of the most desirable places to live in the Houston area. Next up is Bellaire, West University, and the Museum District. If you're a physician relocating to Houston, this may be one of the most common conversations that we have. And for many physicians, this isn't even a debate because you're talking about being minutes from the Texas Medical Center, minutes from Herman Park, minutes from world-class museums, restaurants, professional sports, and some of the shortest commutes you'll find anywhere in Houston. For many high-income professionals, location becomes more important than square footage. And that's exactly why these neighborhoods remain so desirable. Bellaire continues attracting buyers who want larger lots and luxury homes close to the city. West University remains one of the most sought-after neighborhoods in Houston because of its charm, walkability, and proximity to everything. The Museum District offers a true urban lifestyle, culture, museums, parks, and easy access to both downtown and the medical center. Next up is going to be Memorial. This includes Piney Point, Bunker Hill, Hunters Creek, Heckwood Village, and the rest of the Memorial villages. Many buyers love Memorial because of it offers luxury without feeling like you're living in the middle of the city. You get large lots, mature trees, excellent schools, and one of the best locations in Houston. You're close to downtown, you're close to the energy corridor, and close to some of Houston's best shopping and dining. It's one of the few places in Houston you can completely feel removed from the city while still being right in the middle of everything. Then we have Tanglewood, and Tanglewood is luxury Houston, period. Some of the most expensive estates are located right here. You're close to the Galleria, you're close to Uptown, close to River Oaks, and surrounded by some of the most expensive real estate in Texas. For buyers looking for prestige, location, and luxury, Tanglewood continues to be one of the most desirable neighborhoods in the entire city. And finally, the Woodlands. And if there's one area on this list that people consistently argue should be number one, it's probably the Woodlands. The Woodlands is one of the most successful master plan communities in America. Whether you're looking at Carlton Woods, East Shore, Creekside Park, Sterling Ridge, Indian Springs, or Panther Creek, the Woodlands consistently ranks among the best places to live in Texas. You have incredible schools, world-class amenities, you have Market Street, the Waterway, golf, dining, entertainment, corporate headquarters, and a lifestyle that feels almost like its own city. One thing people love about the Woodlands is that it doesn't feel like a suburb. It feels like a destination. You can live, work, shop, dine, and be entertained without constantly driving across Houston. Now the downside, you're going to be paying for that lifestyle, and many buyers quickly realize that the Woodlands isn't the bargain that it once was. But for those who can afford it, there's a reason it consistently ranks as one of the best places to live, not only in Texas, but in the entire country. At the end of the day, there is no perfect Houston suburb. The best area depends on your budget, your commute, your lifestyle, your school requirements, and what's most important to you and your family. And that's exactly what we help people figure out every single day. If you're thinking about relocating to Houston, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, or schedule a Zoom meeting anytime. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you who are looking to make their move here to Houston, and we just absolutely love it. Now, before you go, I want to hear from you. Which area did I rank too high, and which area did I rank too low? Let me know down in the comments, because I already know some of you are going to disagree with the list. And honestly, that's what makes Houston such a great city. There are so many great places to live here. I just absolutely love our city. And I tell you what, if you ever come to Houston, definitely look me up. I would love to help you out. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed the video today. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.